And I wanted to show you guys this cute new toy that I found at my local 7-Eleven when I was out shopping. It's this little doggy called Onedari Wanko, and it's this little box that includes this puppy inside, and the figure itself is about 500 yen, which I guess in some ways is kind of expensive. It's just this little dog. He's a little plastic dog, nothing fancy about him at all, right? He's just a puppy. Probably really could only be 100 yen, and that would be good enough. But he stands on this little stand that features a couple of things that are a key point. These 4 squares here that are on the base, and then his little spot here that helps the iPhone or Android app scan the position of the dog so that you can play with him. And then you can also play, that app is free, so you don't need to worry about that. And if you wanted to have just the app and not do any of these cute little extra things, you could do that too. That's totally fine. So, but it is a pretty cute thing, and I thought I'd show with you guys just really quick how it works. In the beginning, there's this little box out here that has the Mark II, and you can use your phone to kind of check out and see what kind of dog is inside, and if you've already have the iPhone app installed. So the app in here is this little guy here, and I know my camera's shooting in a low light here, but I think it'll make it easier for you guys to see. This is the basic app, and this is made by Bandai, and there's just the basic game here, which is kind of silly. You're just kind of helping out, getting puppies to make more puppies so that you can send them all over Japan until you infiltrate all of Japan. There's a map to let you know what level you're at. You start up here in Hokkaido, and then you work your way down. So right now I've cleared the level of all of Hokkaido, and I'm working my way down now as I go all the way through Japan. So you make puppies by hitting Tsukuru, and you can choose here which puppies you want to use to crossbreed. You start off with these 4, and then slowly through magic and randomness you get these other guys opened up. You can see there's a lot to pick from. 2 whole pages of stuff there to go through. So, but you can choose to, like, you know, these guys don't have a whole lot of love match. You can choose which ones have more and a greater chance to create, you know, more puppies, I'm assuming. I don't know exactly if that changes anything or not, but once you pick that, you can choose which ones you're going to use. These are all the puppies we've made. You just tap the screen repeatedly, and that gathers them all together kind of like a magnet. And then once you get a whole bunch of them together, you just slide them off into the little conveyor belt where they get to be sent off to the town, so into the stores, so that everybody can have a puppy of their own. Nice little kind of way to do stuff. And you know, you try to get them all together if you're working this right. I'm not doing a very good job, but you get them all gone. And then you get rankings depending on how high you've gotten things. It's kind of a simple, fun game. But you earn points and stuff from this, which can help with you playing with your puppy. If we go back here and we go to the title screen, then we can go ahead and see how you use your dog along with this app. Now, the first thing you can do is see when you're at the store, if you've got this, you can see what kind of puppy dog there is. And I can just use my camera, and you can see that it immediately recognized that square, and it's giving me this message here. It says, so this is in a certain kind of Japanese dialect, which is just basically saying, hey, you, buy me. Nice little message for you to see. And then that's just kind of one way that you can use the camera. If you're using a smartphone or an iPhone, you can use the little light settings, of course, to help make it easier to spot that square. Having that extra light on helps make sure that you can get this working properly. But then the same kind of technology is applied to playing with your little figure. You can make sure that the background's dark by just putting your hand behind it, or if you have a smartphone, you can use the light feature that's there. I'll get my box out of the way. I've got my little doggy here. So you get your guy a little set up here, and you want to make sure that the part that's got the icon to the side is showing, and then I've got the name of my dog marked there. But then you just kind of line things up, and you should be able to get him to mark in there good, so we can see your little doggy dressed up. And I've got him wearing a little hat right now, and he's saying, you know, oh, let's play together. And the setting for him right now is a little off. You can see his eyes and mouth are not exactly perfectly lined up. You could kind of try to play with that a little through the settings to make sure you can see him better. But he wants to play, so there's a few things you can do. You can choose different kinds of emotions here. he's saying, let's play, come on, hurry. So we can play with him if we want to. You can give him different decorations by clicking here. You can choose different hats and stuff like I've done. You can also go back here and choose different foods and snacks that you can give him to. So let me see, I can maybe give him a little snack here. You guys can see. You can eat a banana. And then he'll tell you if he likes it or not. So he's eating his banana. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's not hungry, so he's mad at me. So, but you can kind of see the general way of how this works. Now, it is sort of a pain to get the, face kind of marked up right, but generally that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of thing you can do with them. Now, if you get two of these guys side by side, they'll play together based on the character, and they'll either get along really well or they won't get along at all. So you can kind of use that as a kind of way to choose things, but he's pretty cute. I think despite all the little things that make it a little troublesome to work with, it is a really cute way of utilizing the technology to make a new kind of game and also get you to buy a figure that maybe you normally would never buy. So, but that kind of just gives you an idea of this new game called Onedari Wanko. I don't know if it's available in the U.S. stores or not. I got mine on the, I'm talking about iTunes. I got mine, of course, on iTunes in Japan. But, it's kind of really only a whole lot of fun if you've got the figure. So, but that sort of gives you a little brief introduction to this particular game.